Greetings and happy Mercury retrograde as Mercury stations to go retrograde exactly at 11:45 p.m. on Friday, March 14th Pacific time in Aries, 9 degrees Aries, with the moon opposing Mercury in Libra. So the moon now in Libra going through those degrees where it will be opposing Mercury, activating that Mercury energy, also opposing Venus in Aries. So we have this dynamic, this balance between the peacemaking of Libra and the need for action of Aries, especially with Mercury, communication in that sign of action, but changing direction. So let's break it all down and look at what that means and what it means for self-care. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, March 15th. And so we are now post lunar eclipse in Virgo, right? We had some intense eclipse energies this week that were taking place at the same time as Mercury, about one day, 24 hours later, having its exact station to go retrograde. So lots of themes of action with the Aries energy, but the actions having a hard time finding their way, moving forward in the themes of Mercury communication, thinking, ideas, storytelling, right? How are we telling the story? What is the communication? Is it effective? Is it communicating what we want? What the truth is? And really, also, big picture here, we have Neptune in the final degree of Pisces, where it has been really shaking up our idea. Neptune doesn't shake. Neptune doesn't shake it. Maybe it stirs, right? But stirring up our idea of the truth, of what is the truth, who has the right information. And so what is the story, the narrative that we are listening to? What is the mythology that guides our lives? What is that bigger picture of how we understand reality and the reality we are in? And this battle that I've spoken of in the past around what is the narrative, who has control of the narrative, where is that narrative coming from, and is it in our best interests? And the confusion, the delusion, the fantasies, the misinformation, the disinformation that swirls around this theme of what is the truth. Where do we belong? How do we respond? How do we know what to respond to when we don't know what are the facts? So this is also coming to a head at this time, in this time period, with Neptune in the final degree of Pisces getting ready to shift into Aries, where we have more of that courageous warrior energy showing up in terms of our bigger spiritual needs. So I just covered a lot of territory in a very short time right there. And let me break it down just a little bit. So we've got Neptune in Pisces. This is a long-term placement, outer planet. Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, 12, around there. And it's Neptune, the planet of spirituality, transcendence, transcending boundaries, also dissolving boundaries and dissolving structures. Structures are how we frame our frame of reference or our understanding of how things work, what is true. So as those boundaries break down, dissolve, they kind of become obscured by the fog of confusion that comes in. And then we have Neptune in its own sign of Pisces, Pisces being this bigger picture of the feeling that you are a drop in the vast ocean, a single drop. So you're the same, as the ocean, but you're also very small part of the bigger whole. So connecting to this sense of humanity as being interconnected, how we can have compassion for one another, even in ways that maybe I don't know what your experience is and you don't know what my experience is, but we can find those ways that those things that we share, that we have in common, that we know to be true because we are all human. So the interconnectedness, the interdependence, those themes are here as well. And compassion, empathy, the ability to recognize that we need each other and that caring for one another benefits the whole. So that's Neptune in Pisces. What's happening right now, and did happen last year for a period of time also, is that Neptune is in the final degree of Pisces, the anaretic degree. So this is the completion point of the Neptune in Pisces energy. It will return to, so it's not the end of Pisces, because Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces at 29 degrees later this year. But it's in that place now where it is telling us, here is what you need to complete. Here are the themes that need resolution, need reckoning, need to be looked at. What hasn't been completed yet is going to come to the surface. What needs to be addressed is going to surface to be looked at. So we have that energy with us, having to do with what is reality, who tells the story, who controls the narrative, what is the truth, what are the facts, where do we listen, where do we go for our information, what do we believe, what do we trust. And so we are doing some deeper work around reckoning for ourselves with what is the truth, what do we trust, where are we going with all this, and how do we respond? Because that helps us be prepared as Neptune enters Aries, where we have this rebirth energy, this need for action, this drive to feel, and feeling of being compelled to take action and do something about what we care about, but we have to know what it is we're doing and why we care about it. And it's hard to do that when you don't know what the truth is. So that's what we're reckoning with right now. What is the truth? And who do we trust? And how are we going to figure this out? So that's big picture. And then we have a Virgo lunar eclipse coming in the middle of this energy that is, so Neptune is in the final degree throughout most of March. I don't have the exact degrees or days in front of me, but early March it entered that final degree of Pisces, and around March 30th, Neptune shifts into Aries. So we've got this period of a few weeks with Neptune in the final degree of Pisces. We have the Pisces new moon that also began this moon cycle. We have a Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse creating a gateway or a portal that asks us to shift, to steer in a new direction, a turning point, a ability to open our eyes to see something more clearly, to have realizations and help clarify our understanding or our awareness, or become aware of something that has been either in that realm of denial or unconsciousness. So that lunar eclipse energy intense, bringing the energy of shift, of change, of seeing things you couldn't see as clearly before, and turning things in a new direction. And then also Mercury stationing in Aries conjunct Venus, which is about values. And what are we going to do to defend our values with Venus in Aries, right? And the warrior energy of Aries, and the communication piece of Mercury having its moment of changing directions in Aries is also taking us into more of that need to fight, right? That warrior energy, the courage energy, the action energy, but it's also stationing to go retrograde, so it's not really finding its path yet. It is what it is doing is it is discovering that it needs an overhaul. So our communication is recognizing that it needs a new strategy, a new clarity, a reorienting, a reorganizing, who's going to tell this story, how are we going to tell it, and we do that with this eclipse energy also helping us see the truth more clearly, and Neptune in Pisces helping us connect with the bigger picture of what is unfolding and what our hearts need and want to create going forward. So, okay, so I took a little extra time here today because I feel this happening around me and showing up in the news and social media and what people are talking about. So I wanted to address this. And Libra Moon, so today's Libra Moon brings us, as it always does, an opportunity to focus on relationships, relationship work, doing the work of getting along. But remember that Libra is also about balance. And so you have the dynamic between Libra, which is seeking balance, stability, peace, finding where is that balance point, where is that comfort point where we can all relax and just feel at ease, versus Aries that says, it's not right. We have to do what we have to do to make it right. So they're both seeking balance, right? Libra is maybe the balance point or what it feels like, and then the Aries energy says, I have to move forward. I have to take action. I have to do something to help to restore balance or get to a place of ease or comfort or peace that my heart seeks. So, so the Libra moon is helping us see, here's the point of balance, here's what we want. We want the comfort, we want the ease, but Aries is also telling us how to achieve that dynamic balance that is constantly changing, because what happens when you reach a point of balance? You stop growing. You stop learning new things. You say, this is great. I'm just going to chill here. This feels good. It's easy. It's comfortable, but it's not pushing you to grow. So it is the dynamic balance that says, here is a certain kind of peace, and here is what peace could look like if it were even better. And Aries is how we get from the comfort of the old piece to the more desirable place of the new piece that is even better for the whole. So, just like you as an individual have your own ways of being that are maybe work for you in many ways, but also could be better, right? As you learn and grow as a human being and you gain more skills and you get better at things, you're working toward that new way of being. And we collectively also need to let go of some old comforts, some old ways of feeling that stability, to move in the direction of a new stability. We're not there yet, right? We're moving in, or we're attempting to move in the direction of a new stability, and that feels unstable, right? So we have Uranus in Taurus that is destabilizing the norm, and upsetting the places of comfort and not allowing us to feel comfortable, but it's also pushing us to create that new. Notice that both Libra and Taurus are ruled by Venus, and the Venus energy. Venus is in Aries right now. And so as the ruler of the moon's sign for today, and as the ruler of Uranus's sign for many years, we have this Venus energy saying it could be better. Yes, we like our comforts, but also it could be better. And we have to want that. And we have to have that Venus desire that motivates us to take the Mars action to move in the direction of letting go of some of the comforts of the past while moving forward and taking action and finding our courage to create the new stability, the new balance, the new feeling of comfort that is even better, where we are more skilled, more whole, more capable, right? More adaptable, whatever the good things are that we're trying to create. So that's what we're doing. We're in that place of things being destabilized as we move toward that new thing. And today's Libra Moon reminds us of what we want, right? It reminds us of what that comfort could feel like, and that we have to act. We have to have that Aries courage and take the courageous actions to actually create that new sense of balance, because Libra is also about compromise and self-compromise and making yourself small and being a doormat, right? So you can say, oh, it's okay. I don't really care about that. We'll just do it your way. Right? That's a certain kind of peace. It's easy, right? To just kind of cave, kind of allow things to be not ideal. So these are the Libra choices that we have. Are we going to work to create that more effective, more functional peace where more voices are at the table, where more needs are met? Or are we going to accept a kind of peace that gives us a certain kind of comfort, but also is a compromise or a sacrifice of what we really want? So some deep thoughts for today. I think there's a lot of energy moving with the eclipse, with the shifting of Neptune, and later in May, also Saturn moving into Aries. So we're heading toward this Aries energy. We're completing some of the Pisces energy. Again, we will return when Neptune and Saturn both retrograde back to Pisces. We'll have more of that work to do later this year, but this is where we are now. This is a big picture, long-term process. It's a long game. Keep your vision of the future. Take care of yourself. Find that place of balance within yourself that affirms and allows for your more expansive self, because that's what we're trying to do also together in the collective, is we are trying to create a new balance where more of our needs can be met in a longer, more sustainable sense. So thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me and how to work with me at astrologyheals.com. And thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Tell your friends if you are enjoying these videos. I appreciate your support and your likes, your shares, your comments. All of it helps. So thanks again for being here, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. And maybe next time we'll bring it a little bit more down to the personal, but it felt important to address some of these bigger picture energies. All right, bye for now.